Hi boys and girls, today we're going to get started on a silly winter project, and it's extra silly. You are going to learn how to make a snowman eating snowballs. I'm going to try and show this to you. Okay, so here's our snowman. He looks very sweet and quaint, and then we open up his mouth. Gotta go way back here. And he's screaming and eating snowballs and candy canes. So we're gonna get started. You're gonna need a white piece of paper, a pencil, and a black marker and crayons today. To begin, we are going to need to fold our paper in half. So you're going to fold the top short side to the bottom short side. You're gonna match up the corners first. Hold on to it with one hand and then crease it. Okay, now I'm going to take, this is still the top edge and this is the fold edge over here. I'm going to bend this top edge upward so it meets up with the fold, and I'm going to match up my corners again and I'm going to crease it. Now I'm going to turn the whole thing over. This is still the fold edge. I'm going to take this edge down here and I'm going to fold it upward to that fold, just like I did on the other side. And crease it. Now, if you have trouble with this, ask for a little bit of help at home. If it looks like a letter M or a letter W, then you folded it correctly. You're going to unfold one of these. So now you can kind of see the edge here. Now it's kind of looks like an M with one really long leg on it a little bit. This is going to be the top of my snowman's head. This is going to be the body. And in here will become the mouth. So we're going to start with our pencil, and we're going to start by drawing very lightly. When I make my circle, it's a little tricky because I have to draw over the fold. I have to have the top of the circle on the top half of the paper and the bottom of the circle on the bottom half of the paper. So you can see where my circle went right over top of that fold. I've got to close it up over here on the other side. So you can see the bottom of my circles on the bottom of the paper, the top of my circles at the top of the paper, and there's a lot of room in between where my paper is still folded. Alright, I like to put a hat on my snowman, so we drew very lightly. Now I'm going to be able to put a hat on. To start my hat, I'm going to start by making a line going diagonal through the snowman's head. This is the brim of the hat. Now I'm going to put a letter C on the end of the line. You see how the bottom of the letter C touches my line? And I have to do a backwards letter C on this side. I'm going to draw a number 11. 1 and 1. My number 11 is touching the top of the circle. Now I'm going to make my letter C, the top of my letter C, touch the number 11. Starting to look like a hat, isn't it? I'm going to close up the bottom of the hat by drawing a curved line between my number 11. Now if you're wearing a hat, I can't see the top of your head, can I? So I have to erase the top of my circle. That's why we wanted to draw it so lightly. Now I just have to close up the top of my hat. Because my hat is a cylinder, I'm going to close it up with a curve. I need one more curve, but this time, instead of a smiley curve, I'm going to do an upside down one. Does that look like a hat now? Sure does. Now you can decorate your hat any way you want, and if you want to draw a different type of hat to put on your snowman, well, that's just fine too. A ski cap is pretty easy. I like to put a little feather in my snowman's hat. Now, up above the fold, we're going to have the snowman's eyes and nose. So you can draw whatever type of eyes you want. I'm just going to do 2 ovals. I like to leave little white spots in my eyes called highlights. And to make my carrot is a cone shape. Remember how we made your turkeys out of a cone shape? We're going to make our carrot by starting with a letter C. That's the second letter C we've used in this drawing, isn't it? Now we're going to add a letter V onto our letter C to make our cone. So we're going to go out, and you can make your carrot just as long as you want, and then we're going to go back in. Not too bad, huh? Now, to make it look like the mouth is opening, I'm going to start the mouth just above the line, but the rest of the smile is going to go below the line. So there's my guideline. You can leave it just a line mouth, or you can turn it into pieces of coal, so you can draw circles on the line. We'll color those later. Or you can leave it as just a line, it's your choice. Alright, our snowman is looking pretty nice, isn't it? We're going to keep adding to it by making a scarf. So below the snowball, kind of on the side, oh my goodness, look at this, another letter C. And another backwards letter C. I'm going to connect the bottoms with a curve. Now I have to make the ends of my scarf, and I'm going to have them flying up in the air. So my line is starting on the scarf. It's going to go to the fold and right past the fold up into the top half of my paper. I'm going to go down, and I'm going to follow this first line back to the scarf. Okay. Now you can decide where the other part of your scarf goes. It has to have 2 ends to it, doesn't it? So this time I'm not going to go to the top. I'm going to go straight out. Maybe a little wiggly line there. Down. And I'm going to follow this line back. Curve up, curve down, and right back to the scarf. I'm going to put the body on. Guess what I'm going to use? Another curve. And same thing over on this side, another curve. This is really looking like a good snowman, isn't it? You can decide if you're going to give your snowman some arms. If you are, I'm going to start on my snowball. There's one side of the arm, but I've got to have 2 sides to it. Follow my line. There we go. And I'm going to put a mitten on my snowman's arm for the hand. So first, I'm going to draw a rectangle. Line, up, up, close it up, and now I'm going to make a little curve and a big curve. Let's see if I can do that again on the other side. So there's my thumb, and there's the hand part. I'm going to be overlapping over on this other side, aren't I? I'm going to have to overlap my scarf. I've got to follow my wiggly line here. Since I overlapped, I want to erase those little lines for the scarf. to make my arm go in front. Rectangle. Upside down letter U curve. Start on the U and curve right back around for the rectangle, and I made a mitten. Now you can decide what kind of scarf your snowman's wearing. I like to wear striped scarf, so I'm going to give my snowman a striped scarf. You can see I'm making curved stripes because I want it to look round. If I did straight lines, it would look really flat. So I have to hold this top part down so I can finish my stripes. You can have as many details on your snowman as you want. You can add the little fringes on the end of the scarf if you like. It's totally your own choice. They can even go right off the edge of the paper, can't they? Absolutely. Now, to finish the drawing, we have to open this up. The first line I'm going to do is I'm going to connect the left side of the head, the top of the head, to the bottom of the head. So I have to draw my line down. Whoops. There we go. Now I'm going to go over to the other side of my circle. I'm going to trace over my circle so you can see it a little bit better. And I have to connect to the bottom of the circle all the way down here. Okay, so I have my head connected, but now I need to connect my mouth. So I'm going to go from the circle up there at the top by the carrot. I'm going to bring a line all the way down to the rest of the mouth. There we go. And I have to give my snowman some teeth. So up at the top, I'm going to start out with 2 big teeth. I'm going to start right in the middle. And I'm going to do a rectangle. So back up to the top. Over. And back up to the top. And then all I have to do is a line on each side. He's got a full set of top teeth there. I need some teeth on the bottom also. I'm going to start right in the middle again with a rectangle over and down, up, over, and down. He's looking pretty funny. I like to give my snowman a tongue, so I'm going to start above the teeth in the middle, and I'm just going to do a curve to the left and a curve to the right. Now you know that hanging ball that you have in your throat? That's called a uvula. So we're going to start out with the letter U for uvula. To make the hole for the throat, I'm going to go from the top of the letter U, and I'm going to make a letter C around it to the other side of the U. I think I lost count of how many letter C's were in this project. Now, if you want to add any funny things that your snowman's eating, I like to have mine eating snowballs. So I just draw a snowball out here with some curves. Maybe your snowman likes to eat candy canes. Oh, I gotta connect my scarf. Look, the scarf isn't connected. I forgot about that. connect. And you can put your stripes on. So draw out here in the empty spaces whatever your snowman's eating. Maybe your snowman likes to eat snowflakes or carrots or cookies. I don't know what your snowman likes to eat. After you're done drawing, you're going to take your black marker and you are going to trace over your lines. Just like that. Take your time and trace. Alright, now we're going to shade our snowman. Because a snowman is made from white snow, we want him to stand out from this white background a little bit. We're going to do that with a blue crayon. Now we're not going to color very much of our snowman, we're only going to put a little bit of a blue shadow on the snowballs. So I'm going to say that my light is coming from this side over here. This would be the bright area. So the other side is going to have the shadow. So very lightly with my blue crayon, I'm coloring along the edge of the snowman. Very lightly. I'm going to go along the bottom of the snowball also. And that's all I have to do to shade my snowman. Not too bad, huh? I can add a little bit of shading along the same side of the mouth if I want. Where else might there be shadows? Maybe under the hat? The hat could be casting a shadow on the snowman's face. So very lightly under the hat, I'm going to color a little shadow. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit under the snowman's arm. And along the side of the body snowball. Let's see, do you think that his scarf would be making a little shadow? Maybe just a little bit. Now I didn't press very hard, did I? And I just colored along the edge. So now I want you to color the rest of your snowman. Let's start with the hat. I'm gonna have a purple hat. And I want the hat to look round also. So I'm gonna use my white crayon. I said the light was coming from up here in this corner, right? I want the top of the hat to be lighter, so first I'm going to color with my white crayon. Well, the light's coming from this side, so I'm going to make the left side, since the light's on the left side, I'm going to make the left side lighter. Now, let's see what happens when I blend my purple crayon in here. Oh yeah, it's going on nice and light for the top. Let's see what it looks like over on this side. I didn't put any white on that side. Ooh, it's much darker, isn't it? Now, as I go around the hat, I remember that it's actually a cylinder. So I pressed really hard on the right side because it's away from the light. I'm gonna press kind of lighter with my crayon. I'm not pressing so hard. It's not filling in all the white spaces. It's a lot lighter. Now I'm pressing pretty lightly and it's mixing with the white also. So it's getting lighter and lighter as it goes around the cylinder. Let's see if we can get that to happen on the brim of the hat too. So on the side away from the light, I press nice and hard. Now I'm pressing just a little bit lighter. And now I'm mixing with my white. Pretty cool, huh? All right. Decide how you want to color your snowman scarf and mittens. Any pattern you want. Let's say, let's try to do an AB pattern on the scarf or an ABC pattern. So if I want to have a red scarf, I have to pick two colors. I'm going to have a red and green scarf. So I have to do, let's see, I like this color, green, red, and green, red, and green, A, B, A, B. See if you can think of a pattern. Alright, we're ready to finish up all the little details on our snowman. Of course, I've got to color the carrot and the inside of the mouth. I think I'm going to have a pink tongue. If you'd like to have a red tongue, I don't know. Maybe you had a blue popsicle and you're going to have a blue tongue on it, your snowman. It's certainly your choice, isn't it? That's the thing we like being an artist, is that we get to make so many choices. I want to make this throat nice and dark because it's going to go down so we can have all those snowballs and eat them. So we'll make it look like it's dark. And then I think I'll just use my gray crayon to finish up his mouth. Alright, I put a surprise candy cane that's getting ready to fly into the snowman's mouth also. Maybe you can draw something and color it to surprise me. What is your snowman eating that would be like, wow, that's pretty cool. And when you are done coloring, you can turn your snowman into a puppet. So you're going to fold it back down, right on those fold lines that you already have. Don't make new fold lines. Alright, ready? Gotta hold on to the top and bottom. Ah! I hope you have a lot of fun. Maybe you can even think of more things that you can draw with Big Mouth. I hope you had a lot of fun with this. Bye-bye.